Hi folks, howdy howdy howdy. We're here. I'm here. Are you there? Anybody there? Hey Angie. Alright, get set up here. I've already got my liquid clear on the canvas. Hey Freddie. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cough. You're here. And I've decided to just let my hair be natural tonight. So no hat. So it'll look pretty bad. It'll scare you, give you nightmares. Other than that though, we'll get through it. Hey Kim. Now before we move on, for just a second, before we move on, I will adjust the camera periodically tonight. Remember, there are no directors here. There's no mean old director ladies here. So I will try to keep up with that. But other than that, guys, just sit back and paint with me or just watch. Excuse me. Alright, so you got your colors out. If you've got your colors out, we can start painting. Hey Ted. Hey Ted. There's Glenna. Hey Glenna. And I'm going to take about half, and half is whatever you've got out of phthalo green. Half phthalo green and a quarter of your phthalo blue. Quarter of your phthalo blue. And just mix those two together. Mixing those two together. Shoot, let's get wild here and throw just a touch of that sap green in that color too. Just a touch of sap green. Not much, a lot less sap green than any of the other two. So that's about half of your phthalo green and maybe a quarter of your blue and then a touch of sap. Get you a pile of paint that will cover your canvas. I'm using a 16 by 20 inch canvas, so whatever you want to use is fine with me. I won't get on you. I won't get on you too bad. I won't get on you too bad. Catherine, you made it. Good. Hey, Catherine. There's Terry. Hey. Alright, I'm going to paint. Tired of talking to y'all. I'm playing, being sarcastic. Remember, I've already got my canvas covered with the liquid clear. Again, this is just a clear medium. If you don't have liquid clear, which is Bob Ross's brand, just use something. Maybe some Pam cooking spray would work. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Just bounce in here and get some of that color real quick. Bounce in there and get some color and slap it on here. And it goes over the whole canvas. Over the whole canvas. And a little more, go to this corner. Make sure I cover the whole thing. I want to make sure we get that whole canvas covered. Remember how you test that, right? Just kind of touch it there. See that? You get that little look on your finger there, and you know you're doing pretty good. No, you're doing pretty good. That liquid clear can be the devil, yeah. Don't use much of it. You don't need a ton of it. Ma wasn't kidding. That whole can will do you a long time. He said a whole lifetime. I don't know if it'll last me over my lifetime, but I still have to have a little bit in my original can. It's getting a little gunky. Probably because I haven't sealed it well. A little bounce in there, and again, we're just throwing it over the whole canvas here. I'm being really careful with these brush strokes right now. Just kind of getting that paint out on the canvas is all that we need to do. What's everybody doing out there? Oh. If you're going to comment to me, you need to do it in the comment section. All these little chat things are popping up down here. I can't see my screen. The paint is phthalo green probably half of your phthalo green, whatever you have out, and then a quarter of your blue, and a little bit of sap green. And again, I didn't put sap green in that one, but I wanted a little bit in this one. I don't know. It's your painting. This is Bob. Well, this is one of Bob's. Bob did it with a lavender color in this guy. Right in here, I decided I thought it looked better in the forest to have that little green color. But that's me, so mix up your own color. As long as it's transparent, or even if it's not transparent, you try to make it work. There we go. There we go. Worst part of the painting is done. Now we can breeze on by. We can breeze on by. Ooh. Everybody get you something to drink before you start, please. Tea, coffee, soda, Coca-Cola, whatever. Whatever. Hey Gary, hey Mickey. Now I know that the quarantine is causing this, because I guarantee everybody on here would be doing something better than watching me paint on a Friday night. One of these days I'll just be sitting here painting by myself. Y'all will have forgotten on Bram. Because Bram's not exciting. Bram will still be sitting here painting on a Friday night, and y'all be out doing normal stuff again, and having fun, and all kinds of a drinking game tonight. I'm drinking tea right now. Started coughing again. I hadn't coughed for 2 days, and then we talked about me not coughing, and I started coughing again. So I'm trying to drink something hot to keep me from coughing on you guys. Scotch and Coke. There you go. Alright, let's put some color on this thing. What say you? I say let's do it. Because I don't want this to get too big on me. I'm going to start with a 1-inch brush. Even though it's a little bigger canvas. This is a 12 to 16 over here. This is 16 to 20. I didn't want to go much bigger than that. Keep it here all night. Where would your lightest spot be in this painting? Anybody got a guess? Would it be down here in the bottom? Be up here on my wall? No, it could be right here somewhere. Right there. Just put a little light spot back here and work it out. Really, I probably won't even add any more paint until maybe I'll look at it and see. I want to bring it on over through here. We'll have some little, very faint looking little trees over in some of these areas. Again, this is why I'm using a 1-inch, because I don't want this to get huge on me. It can go crazy on you if you're not careful. Take a little bit of that color all the way to the top, just in case. Right through there. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's really bright on my monitor. Hopefully it's not quite that bright for you all. Oh, I was doing something. I've got one of the lights turned off behind me. Let's see if is this better? Here we're gonna do an eye test. Since you've probably not been able to go to the eye doctor, this will be fun. Do you like 1 better or 2 better? Or is there no difference? I don't really see a difference. This is 1. Takes a little glare off maybe. Or 2. I'm gonna leave it with 1. Unless somebody tells me otherwise. I think it looks fine. Trying to cut a little glare down off this thing. You like 2 more light? Yeah, I didn't see no difference. Well, we're getting some people saying 2, so we'll throw the difference. Oh, here, we'll go halfway. We'll go a little bit of light. Oh, see, some people say no difference. Okay, well, y'all know how. Just paint. We can't play eye doctor here. Just paint. Alright. Maybe if you wanted to, grab a little extra white and throw it right in here if you wanted to. You don't even know that it needs it, but I'm going to just do it so you can see it. When I'm doing these little demos, I don't always paint exactly how I might paint normally. Well, normal for me is really weird, so. Grab my 2-inch here and just kind of soften this out a little bit. Get rid of those big brush strokes, unless you like those brush strokes. Some people like a chunkier looking brush stroke on theirs than I do. Let me set that down a little bit. Don't kill that little white spot though. There's a hair on there. I got it. It was under the gesso. I don't know how that came off. That's wild, man. Wild Friday night here. Freddie, fire up that keyboard if you're watching. Fire that keyboard up for us. Somehow share it over here to me. There we go. Darker and darker. That should work. A little bright spot in the sky. Hey, Chip. Hey, Chip. Wait a minute, did I miss Dana? Is Dana in here? Has he already said something crazy? If he's in here, he's already said something crazy, I bet. Alright, let's do the next step. Grab you a liner brush real quick. You may need a touch of thinner for this, but not much. You don't want to use too much thinner because remember we're using liquid clear. Grab you a liner brush, take your knife, take a little bit of that base color. That base color is what we put on the canvas. Just a little bit of it, move it away from there, and add some white to it. Add some white to it. But not much white. Maybe just a touch of black. And when I say a touch, I mean like half of a Tic Tac. I want this to be a lighter color but darker. If that makes any sense at all, it probably doesn't. I'll show you what it looks like. It's kind of a grayish color. Gray-green there. You don't see that on my knife there? See it put up here against the black canvas, maybe you'll see it a little better. I want it to be darker than that because we're going to put some little tree branches, excuse me, tree limbs, and if it's not darker, there's no point in doing it. So somewhere there, it doesn't have to match mine. It doesn't have. I mean, red probably wouldn't be the color I'd go with, but I wouldn't worry about the color as much. I wouldn't worry about the color as much as just having fun painting. Okay? That's what we're here for, just to have fun. I know, I think folks would love it if we could figure out how to string together. You play and sing and I could paint, and then I could sing, but I couldn't play for you when you paint. I want some little things starting down here, just kind of, this may not be dark enough. Yeah, maybe. I don't want it too dark. Yeah, that'll show up. Just some little things down here that kind of look like we're going to put some foliage over these here in a minute. I need to drop more thinner. Should flow. If it doesn't flow right off your brush, you don't have enough thinner. Hey Wanda, all the way from Ecuador. You win, Terry. You win the auction. We'll just go ahead and call it sold. Sold to Terry for $2 million. I expect payment immediate. At least a 10% advance payment. On there. Yeah, these don't really matter as much, but you want to be able to see them a little bit. You want to see a little bit of them. Just a little bit. Watch out now, my thinner is evaporating on this paper, so I always have to keep adding thinner back. I have to keep adding that thinner back. And I kind of think they're growing that way, not straight up. It doesn't matter, but that's just in my head how I'm putting them on here. I don't know that you'll see many of them once we do the foliage, but if you see a couple, it might be nice. All right. Okay. Yeah, that'll do for now. That'll do for now. We know how to beef them up if we don't like to. Internationally famous because Wanda's here. Is he really? Well, I don't believe you, Dana. Pictures or it didn't happen. Pictures or it didn't happen. Alright, you remember the base color? Take that, touch it, a little white into it too. Just a touch of white. Just a touch of white. Keep it very dark. I'm using an oval brush. I forgot to tell you guys. You can use a 1-inch, same, or 2-inch even. Doesn't matter. I'm just using an oval. I may switch. You never know. I mean, I don't like how this oval looks. But we want to put just a little bit of foliage back here on these. And I need more paint. Need more paint. There we go. I have paint to paint. There we go. Kind of let them hang out here. We'll throw a little bit of a highlight over them. By the way, this is really what I call on this painting especially. This is one similar to one that you do in like certification. This is the ugly stage of the painting. Even when I painted that one, I was like, I'm ready to throw it away. These little trees, they're like ghost trees or something to me. I make them a little bit bigger there. Yeah, a little bit there. We can always go back and tap a little bit later if we need to. There, maybe. You might see a little bit, who knows. I'm being really careful, as you can see. Doesn't matter. Let them hang down a little bit over here. Okay. That'll work for now. That'll work, and if we wanted to, I usually do the dark and then put a little bit of a highlight on them. It's a little different, but still, it's just the way I do it. So I'm a little different, people said. Oh, somebody from India watching. Oh, wow. Too many people on here, you make me nervous. You make me nervous. I'm going to give me a little clean white and let it be dirtied by the, there, something like that. There we go. Now you'll be able to see those a little bit. Maybe just, kind of hanging out there. This one will be a little darker than I can already tell than that, the one over here on my left. That's okay. Well, these will be a little brighter, I guess I should say. A little bit there. Remember the light source is right there somewhere. Don't put too much brightness over here. Maybe just a touch. And knock those down a little bit. Go over there and put a little bit in there. There. That's probably. There's just some little trees there. Put some little things in there if you want. There. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's the painting. We call it this is a quarter painting done. We'll just call it done. Yeah, well, I agree with you about the phthalo green on a black canvas. You see how that pops now? That does show up well on the screen, I think. Just think there's the little bitty bushes up there, but they're trees. The only thing I don't like is I can't see my tree trunks as much. I would like to see those, so I'm going to go back. You'll see a little. You want to see me paint backwards? There you go. I'm going to take a little darker color. I didn't get the color quite right. I guess it had a little brighter on that one, maybe. We'll try to sneak a couple in here somewhere. And you can do this. There we go. So we can see that they're holding up by something. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I can. And I like it much, much, much better than what I was seeing before. And if we had to, we can always just touch over, knock them down in if we need to. But you need something. It was looking a little odd to me. And I'm not being really careful. Just throwing some sticks up here, up in there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but a little darker color than I told you would help. And won't hurt to go right back over. Won't hurt at all. Because then if you didn't like something, take your highlight brush or 1-inch or whatever you're using and just kind of touch. And cover up if you needed to. I don't think I need to. I think we're fine. But there, maybe. There we go. There's some of the painting done. Is that enough of the painting for y'all? Almost enough for me. I'm kidding. There's Jeff. Jeff, we got a band going on. Freddie's got the keyboard. I think you've got the, is it trombone? If I remember right. We're getting a band together. You can't see him painting? Does anybody else having problems seeing me painting? Carol says she can't see me painting. I'll bring that camera a little bit closer. We can cut my head out altogether. That would just make y'all happy anyway. See if that helps. I got a delay to see. There we go. That's not looking too bad, guys. Not looking too bad at all. Actually, I like it a little better than the one over here. There's just a touch right there because that's really bright. Is that a little better? You may need to make your screen, enlarge the screen or enlarge the video or something. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy, don't ask me. Okay. Oh, there you go. So it looks different how you're holding your phone. Maybe it looks different if you're on an iPad, or it looks different. Excuse me. I'm using a laptop, so looks fine on mine. All right, let's go over here and grab it. I'm gonna grab a fan brush, just a clean one. Just a clean fan brush. I fixed it telepathically, Carol. That's how good I am. I just visualize something and it happens.
It's too close.
Too close?
Yeah.
Well, that's too far away.
No, it's not.
Well, looks good on here. But my mean old director lady's in here.
Oh my God.
Mean old director lady's in here, guys.
Okay.
She's yelling at me about things now. I didn't know I had a mean old director lady, but apparently I do.
I need somebody to hold the cue cards for you.
Yeah, yeah. We get Dana in here. I can put some squirrels on his shoulder. Goodness, they don't want to see me that much. Why do you want back that far?
We need to see you a little bit.
Lord, no,
you couldn't see the whole. No, you couldn't see the whole thing. Everybody wants to see your hair.
Nobody wants to see my hair. Jeez Louise. Well, now I can relate to Bob. He had that mean old director lady, which, by the way, Sally wasn't mean at all. But we need to go ahead and put our waterfall in here. And our waterfall lives somewhere up here somewhere. Where does it live? Where does it live? Does it live right there? Splash down. I'm just taking the brush over and straight down. And kind of let off that pressure. Don't drag it all the same amount of pressure all the way down. Okay. Let the pressure get a little less as you go down the canvas, and try to not shake like I do every time I do this waterfall. It's got little like crooked C's in it or something. That's probably good enough. You don't need a lot of water showing at the top of it. As you can see on this one, a rock covers it. And over here, we'll have maybe a rock right there. So we'll be in good shape. Here's our waterfall. You want me to paint a moonshine still in the woods? I'm going to put a chicken. Yeah, there's a chicken in this. And back in here is where we keep our still, back here in the woods. So yeah, I know how to do that. Remember that dirty brush we have from putting the green on? Take that and kind of just pull up on your water. And bringing paper towels in here. I'll just have to use a dish towel. There. Don't worry about what it looks down here. We'll probably cut that off about right there, actually. Let's go ahead and do it. while we're thinking about it, we'll just kind of do that so we know about where that waterfall will stop. About where it will stop. But picking up on it actually blends that color a little bit too. Just don't go too crazy with that step. Don't go too crazy with it. There's the waterfall. Don't tinker with it too much. The more you tinker, the worse it gets. Promise you. I wouldn't lie to you about that. Well, Mickey, that's just my hand being unsteady. But I like the thought. All right. Now, so the light, this is a Bob painting. Don't ask questions. The light's coming through here, zinging through here. That's why these trees are so bright and white. Over here, though, they're out of the light, so we're going to put some dark in now. So you can go and take a little bit of black if you need to mix up some more color. I put a little black, which actually I am using black. I'm not using Mountain Mix. Mountain Mix will work fine too. A little bit of phthalo green again, and just kind of mix those two together to make a good bit of dark. We need a good bit of dark. We got to fill in that side, that side. We'll use a little bit of brown for the rocks, of course, but there we go. What's in the tea? Just tea. Honey. There's honey in the tea. There's honey in the tea. I don't know what you mean by that. Got me a little bit of dark made up here. Shoot, I tell you what, let's throw a little sap green in it too. Sorry. But they're trees, they probably wouldn't be black. But we'll throw a little sap green in too. That'll help. Sap green, a little phthalo green, a bit of, a good bit of black. Right there. Does it look black? It's still black, but I've got those colors mixed in. So we'll use that for that. Again, I'm using the oval brush. I don't know why, but I am. So I'm going to start up here and just kind of tap some little tree things in. And actually, yeah, I'm going to let them kind of go over these just a little bit at the top. Don't kill this area right here though. So just think about this being one tree. How would this one tree kind of hang down? How would this one tree kind of hang down? Where does it have little arms and little things that come off of it? Something like that. And shoot, we know we do the cheater method here too. Just fill that in, and then we can pull off our arms and things there off of it. I like to cheat. I'm lazy. I like to cheat that way. There. Let it get a little skinnier, I think, as we get down, because this maybe half that tree is kind of hanging out over here. We don't see the whole thing. And some of these actually can be bushes, so no big deal either about that. We'll just throw in some dark here, right at the top of our water. We don't actually see where the water's going. We just know it's going somewhere. Flowing from over here down. Should say I didn't say that right. We do know where it's going. We can see it's kind of coming out of there. Falling down. There. Got a little tree. Got a little tree shape. Is that what you guys have? I don't ever use the oval brush, guys. I really don't. I just saw them laying out there. I don't think I used the oval for that one. I said, hey, let's use those guys. They look neglected. And I still got the old ones. You know, that tickles me because that still got the black handle. The new ones, as far as I know, they've not gone back to the black handle, but I always like that about those two. I got two laying out. That one brush. I'm going to clean my brush, clean my script liner a little bit. I'm going to clean my script liner just a little bit. And we need to put a big old trunk in this guy. Don't you think? I'm open to suggestions, by the way. We might have one night if I paint here, and I might not even know what I'm painting, and you guys just tell me. You want 2 cabins in it? Okay, we might do it. You know? You want that moonshine still? We may do it. Who knows? It may look awful, but we may do it. We may just do that. 'Cause that sounds like fun, actually. Tell Bram what to paint night. Now for this one, because this is a dark tree, I would put like a greenish white, a little white and green mixed together. You can do brown if you want to be a little, a light brown. I'm going to use a little mixture I've got here, a little more thinner. If my mean old director lady is watching, if she'd bring me some paper towels, I'd really appreciate it. I don't know that, oh, I don't know if she's watching or not. But you can do this one or two ways. You can paint them up or you can paint them down. I like on big trees like this just to kind of throw them in like that. Throw the big trunk in, okay? Throw it in and let it. Laurel, were they Weber or were they another brand? Because you may still be getting some old Weber stock. I hope they went back to the black handled ones. Need a little tree trunk over here. Make it a little bigger even. We'll probably cut a little bit of that off at the bottom because those are bushes down there at the bottom. They're not trees. They're just trees that want to be bushes. Silly bushes. Go away, silly bushes. There. Oh, and there. Somewhere. There, that'll do it for that.
Maybe you should call me something other than mean old director.
Hey, Bob meant it endearing.
I'm not sure you do.
Well, thank you. My nice old director lady brought me some paper towels. She's not gonna like that name either, I can tell you guys right now. And if she's watching. Nah, they're not, Gary, they're really not. But what you gonna do? I'm still holding on. I probably have 40 old brushes. So I've got probably 6 of the oval brushes that are the black laying around. That looks really bright, guys. Woo! Maybe it's not quite that bright on my pink on my canvas here. So don't maybe mix a little more green in yours. Yeah. I'll be sleeping in the doghouse tonight. She put me outside. It's cold tonight. I'll freeze to death. Nice young director lady. Oh, Jeff's sucking up there. I can see what's going on here. Alright, we'll just keep with that oval brush, but I do need to clean it. We'll get the phthalo green out of it, because I'm going to switch to a different green so it doesn't blend in with the sky. I don't want to blend in with the sky. Alright, what do we want here, guys? What do we want? We'll take a little cad yellow. Oh, and a little bit of... I added a little bit of blue and green into my cad yellow and see what happens with that. That should work okay. Load that up good and then find some, yeah, oh yeah. That'll work. A little bit there on top. I cannot see. There, I'm going to stand up just so you can see the top of the canvas. The lights in here are really bright. Also really hot. There. There we go. Don't cover all your dark up though. That would be the thing I would tell you more than anything. Let it be really dark on this side of the tree. You'll be happier with it. Maybe just a little bit in here. Maybe a little more blue in it. Depends on the color green you like, really. And what looks good with your painting, because your painting will look a little different than mine. Change it up every now and then. There would not just be one color of green leaves on this tree. There. If y'all can see that or not. Yeah, I like the green back here better than, I never liked the paint because of the lavender color Bob used. Sorry, Bob, that's not please don't take offense to that. We don't mean it that way. We don't mean it that way at all. We don't mean to come in and get on these. Maybe even brighten up a couple of these a little brighter. Be careful. Be careful. And turn that brush, you know. Angle it, turn it. Let it move. Let it move different ways. There we go. Yeah, okay. That'll work. It's a little bright, but it's okay. A little brighter than that one. You know what? It's okay. They all look a little different. They all look a little different. Down here, maybe we got some little bushes and things. But we do have something, so we need to put something. I may grab a little bit. I got some yellow ochre out too. Throw it in there with my colors. Just so there's a, I can use this to do the bushes too. Here's a little bush. Go back and change the color. A little blue in it. Make this darker green. Maybe right back here's a little guy that lives over the tree. Something like that. Something like that. I'm going to go ahead and put my bushes in, then we'll have to work on our rocks here just in a second there. There we go. As long as we can see a difference, we're in good shape. Maybe I darkened this up just a little bit. Maybe there's something back here, a little spooky. A little spooky blue back there. Who knows? Clean your knife off, please. Just little taps. And don't tap at random, right? That's really too bright, guys, if you don't know the truth. But some people like bright paintings. Some I like it. Alright. I'm going to grab some Van Dyke Brown and a touch of color I was working with, that dark color. And just mix those two together. Make a good dark color. Mostly brown. You can use straight brown, it won't hurt anything. It won't hurt my feelings, I can tell you that much. Bob's always smiling. Bob's always just smiling. Alright, let's put some rocks in here. I should have put the dark in before I did the bushes, but that's okay. I'm gonna put a rock there. Put some dark in there that kind of holds that waterfall in. We've talked about that. We've talked about that before. And one reason I should put that in first is I'm picking up some of that looser paint and it mixes in there. I'll make it work. This might be a little runny right there. Kind of form your rock however you want it. So there's a rock that kind of comes down through here, the way I did it. You can change it however. Just make sure it's just a touch higher than your waterfall. And I think it is. The bushes, those bushes will hold that water back. See, those are strong bushes. Right there. No, it's not, almost, it's a coffee cup, but it's tea. Now, if I ever painted early in the morning, well, y'all need to check on me if I start painting early in the morning because something's wrong with me. That's probably good there. Because I'm not a morning person. Grab you a little bit of your white and a little bit of your Van Dyke Brown. And mix those colors to a marble tone. Where you can see all kinds of things happening in that paint. And if you wanted to, you can throw a touch of green in. If you really wanted to. I'll green in this painting. We'll just barely kind of pull back. You can do rocks several different ways. It's just how I usually do these little ones here. Here in a minute, I'll show you what happened. Most of this gets covered up. I just want to see some of it right there. Put it right there would be nice. Maybe you can go a little higher on that. Yeah. There we go. Oh, what if there's a little something there? I don't know. Okay. Got a big rock here. And there's a bunch of greenery right here. And then there's another rock right here in my painting. I don't remember if that's from Bob or if I just made that up. I probably made it up. Or I probably watched Bob. I don't know. Can't remember. Squeaky Chair's with us tonight, by the way. Nobody's mentioned Squeaky Chair, at least I haven't seen him. Squeaky Chair is not brought to you by WD-40. Not brought to you by WD-40. I'm going to take a... let's keep using this one. Let's keep using my oval. Alright, we need a little bush or something to sit on those rocks. There's just some little stuff kind of hanging over here. See that? I'm letting it get a little darker too, by the way. I put a little blue in my green there. If it's thin enough, it'll sit right over that without really disturbing your rocks. So they'll still be under there. Here's what I don't like how that is. Hold on. I'm going to scrape some of this off right here. Kind of pull it back. There we go. There's what I want. There. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Sometimes you gotta adjust. Yeah. Get rid of that. Scrape it off. Go back to that black canvas real quick. I'll show you when that way it doesn't get too muddy on us. And Bobo's painting here. He lets a lot of these little guys just kind of hang over. And all I'm doing is tapping and kind of going down an angle here. Something like that. Like that. Ah, the chair is really squeaking tonight. Maybe a little. Since we made that a little brighter up here, we'll just make it a little brighter here. Change the color a little bit. A little bit there, kind of hanging down and over. And as we work towards the back, the WD-40 doesn't work on wood. Doesn't work on wood. Kind of let it get a little bluer back here. Just kind of hanging down. Some little things happening. Whatever color you guys like, use, please. Just hang down. I guess Bob kind of thought it was like moss and lichen or whatever that stuff is called. Okay, we'll stop there with that before we go too far. Almost got the rocks too bright. Bright night for Bram, apparently. Hey, Linda. There's Patty. Patty the pie maker. What we'll call you. Patty the pie maker. Alright. We got another rock that lives right there somewhere. He lives right here somewhere. Let's put him in. Just put in a little dark here. It kind of gets a little flatter down here. There. I don't know if y'all probably can't see that. Oh, I wouldn't think so. Alright. Put a little bit of highlight on here. Be very careful. Gotta let that knife graze a little bit. It sits out there a little bit. I'm going to actually do this a little differently on this one. Sits out there by himself. He's lonely. You can see his brother Rock sitting up there real high, and he ain't gonna see much down here, but he's getting over it. Getting over it. There. Anyway, so let's go do it just a little bit differently. I don't like this right here. I want to tap a little bit of dark on. Where I messed up my rock before, I don't want to mess this one up. Here, there's a little bit of this stuff just kind of hanging down here, and we'll highlight it. There we go. It's a little too bright for me, so I'm just adding a little dark back in. That's it. All I'm doing. Touching a little bit of dark back in. Probably will fiddle with those highlights a little bit later. Don't be scared to change things and touch your painting. It's your painting, who cares if you touch it? Let's go and put that little dark right there too. I'm gonna knock that rock off. There we go. Okay. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Inappropriate comments and Bob Ross comments. Well, that's alright. Or quotes. Make them inappropriate Bob Ross quotes. That might be the best thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Alright. We got some other little guys hanging in here, don't we? We know there's some little things happening right there. No, we got some little things happening right there. I'm just kind of hanging out here and try to save some of that dark. That's why I put some dark back in. I got mine a little too bright. And it's okay if you like really bright, but I didn't on that particular little area. There. Some little stuff hanging down here at the water. I don't know what I forgot to do. Nobody told me. I'll blame it on y'all. And I've got an issue here. Forgetful Brams come on. Come on. We need a little bit of a splash down here, don't we? Let's pull a sneaky here and try to sneak it in. Yeah, we'll cut it off with the rock over here too. Kind of twist and turn. Kind of push up to give you a little brighter spot every now and then. And we'll blend this out. And before I forget, we'll go ahead and kind of throw in a little bit of water. It runs over here. You can go ahead and start seeing some water happen here. It doesn't matter where it goes. If it flows over here, there'll be a little bit of land, and then it kind of comes back. And by the way, I'll actually put in a little bit of a reflection here just in a second, but that'll help you see what's happening down there a little bit. If I had a little brush that wasn't dirty, there we go. I would probably blend these out just a little bit. Blend it out just a little bit down there at the bottom. Think about these kind of like a little seascape foam. Here. And if it gets a little bit, you can spray a little bit up there and just barely touch, and it'll spray a little bit up. Like it's popping up some little water droplets and things, and dewars or whatever Bob says. You know. There's that. I guess while we're thinking of it, we'll just go ahead and do it. Take your 1 inch or your 2 inch, either one. Put a little light on it. There's our waterfall. Right under that waterfall, pull down. Right under the foam. Pull down. Pull down. And that will be the brightest area in the painting. Under that waterfall. Put that down in now. We're going to call this backwards painting with Bram. Since I forget things all the time. There we go. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Will that pass? Will that pass? There we go. That'll work. Take a drink of tea on that one. You change it the next day? Yeah. I'm usually too lazy the next day. If I don't do something to it that night, I'm just like, just paint something different.
I've been doing laundry. You need any tea or anything?
There we go. We got a little bright spot. No, John, it's not straight phthalo green. It's phthalo green, a little less blue, and even a little less sap green. So it's probably like a 50, 35, 15 mix of those three. Alright, so we got that side of the painting done. You want to just call this half done painting and be done. We'll just forget about it. Move on. Nope, better not. Let's put some dark over here. It's pretty dark over here anyway, so you really don't need it. The reason I do this is so I don't just randomly tap something on. I'm thinking of putting a little tree and then may hang over these little guys just a little bit. You may be able to see it without doing this. I do like seeing the little marks there, so I know exactly maybe where I'd have a little branch or something hanging down. Don't put a ton over here, because the more paint you put, the worse, you know, you're finding more paint when you're trying to paint. So, yeah, I'm gonna let these guys just kind of come right behind those. That's probably good. Just a little bit of dark back there. It gives me a little structure is what I guess I should say about it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And we can go ahead and take our liner brush and put those trees in too. If and we want to. Put you a little more sap green in it than I did on the one on the right side. There I am. I put a little bit more sap green. Shoot, I'll just show you. You can start down here and do this. Make it, it's actually easier if you're trying to make a bigger trunk. Just to kind of pull it down and twirl it. Let that brush. Maybe that one goes all the way off there. Or it sits on a rock over there when we put a rock in. Who knows? We don't know. I don't ever know until I'm done what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing right now. There's other good painters in here. Watch Terry and Mickey. Maybe other people in here that stream. But if you like what I'm doing, that's fine. Stay around, stick around. Just throw something up in here. It doesn't need much. You don't see much on that one. What I do notice is that my trunk down at the bottom is a little. I need a fatter trunk. Alright, me Patty, I could probably get you some. I don't know how to get it to you though. Or I can tell you where to order it from. Oh, do we need any more really, Bram? Somebody ought to tell me to stop sometimes. None of you guys ever just say stop. You know why you probably don't? Because you know I wouldn't listen to you. There we go. Alrighty, go back to our colors here, or I'll go back to my dirty highlight oval brush. I'll get it right here in a minute. And there's a little bit of color there, a little bit there. Cannot see it all. There, now I can see. Sorry, I have to stand up just a second. Think about these as being little bushes on a tree. That way you don't over highlight. I have to watch that, guys. I still do. Especially when I'm struggling to see the canvas, I cannot. The big bright lights behind me kind of cause a glare. So I'm just shooting in the dark here. We don't care though, do we? maybe right here would kind of fill that in with a little brighter spot there. That's just a little brighter spot. See that? And work it back, work it back, work it back. Nothing there. Hope that's showing up okay for everybody. There, maybe change the color a little bit, throw some yellow ochre in every so often so it doesn't look like you have the same old color everywhere. A little bright, but right there, a little chunk of leaves hanging over. One thing I definitely want to do is make sure there's no patterns. Don't try not to paint in patterns, which I have to watch. Still have to watch. Well, painting patterns, you might as well buy the paint by number kits, which are fun. Darken that up just a little bit over here. There would be some foliage, but I'm darkening the color up. I added a little sap green to it. A little sap green, maybe a little sap green there for trunk. There's a big old tree. Now we need some bushes or something. I'm not even cleaning this brush yet. I've cleaned it one time. Oh, shoot. Maybe there's a... we got a sparkler right there. Some kind of little guy that lives there. And before I forget, let's not do like we did before. Let's put our rocks in. Put our rocks in next. Alright. Grab some of that dark mixture, that brown and black. And we just got, it's kind of like a weird rock. I don't think Bob's look like mine. Yeah, see why I wanted to do that? I almost forgot. I'm going to sneak a couple little trees right there. I don't want the rock going that far over. I didn't on mine there, and I think it looks okay. You're welcome to cut this off right there if you want that big of a rock, but I didn't. If it looks odd to you, do that, please. Let's put this dark on there. Really just kind of pull it down. We'll shape it with the highlight. That's the easiest way to do it. Maybe it fits back here. This little guy needs to sit on something, whether it's a rock or grass one, or tree, you have to sit on something. There. There we go. Yep. Yeah, that's wow. I should have done that. Should have done the rock before I did my little bush there, but that's okay. He's sitting up there. He's fine. He don't care. Let's grab some white again and some of your Van Dyke brown. Mix those to a marbled state. If you've got some dark sienna there, that'd be pretty to throw in this. I'm too lazy to get it out, honestly. I don't think I had any in it. Dark sienna or even a touch of red or something. Well, red might not look good on these. And this one, all you're going to do is just kind of pull over. Yeah, let this be good and dark. More white in mine, maybe. This just kind of works its way down here. Don't kill all the dark though. Really, this is just kind of, I hate to say it, but this is lightly smearing this paint on for this kind of rock right here. It'd be brighter right there than it is here. But if you thought maybe there's a little light that sneaks over somewhere, you can always go back and just grab a little bit and brighten up another little spot. Okay, something like that. We'll bring some little grasses over there. Maybe just a touch right here. Darker touch. So that would be there. There we go. Now we can highlight that. I'm using an old, well, yeah, you can use any brush. I'd probably be better with the 2-inch brush, honestly. Yep. It'd probably be better to use the old 2-inch. Now, what I was saying here about this, you know, I noticed it on Bob's even, that the rock didn't go, and we always talk about putting a rock in front of the waterfall to hold it back, but right here it just looks like, I mean, that could happen. There could be a little cliff right here. Maybe we don't see, but what I did was just take my, actually I'll just use my 1-inch brush since it's got the color on it. I put me a couple of little ghostly trees, that's what I call these, in there, so it doesn't look so odd. Let's use the 1-inch now instead of the oval. Darken it up a little bit. There's something down there I thought it needed. Honestly, I probably just should have changed the painting just a little bit. Just kind of let something hang out over that waterfall. Not much, no, not much. Like that. Almost just to fill in that void that Bobo had on his painting. Barbarino. Yeah, something like that. Throw a little green. Let's put a little greenery on here now. Okay. Let's just fix this little guy. Fix this guy's feet. Or foots. Yeah, that hangs down there. If your rocks are just turning like into mud, add you a touch of paint thinner, very small touch, or just get you a little bit of liquid white or the liquid clear. The liquid white will just make your colors brighter. But you may need something. I'm going to let my rock come out just a little bit more, guys. I'm looking at this one. Maybe this rock does come out just a touch more right there. Right there. Put a little highlight on that. Oh, it's too bright. Some of the darker highlight. There we go. Kind of pull over that. And just let it disappear somewhere. Somewhere it would stop. We don't know where. Save some dark in there, I'll show you why. Oh goodness, what do we want? Maybe a little something there, just touch. Again, it should just touch right over that. If it's not, you need something to get the paint down a little bit, thin it down just a little bit. I hesitate to tell you to use paint thinner, but I mean, that's what would work. That would work. Used to using it, of course use that. Let me change the green a little bit there. Put some little things growing on our rock. Little things growing. Hey Veronica! Good to see you. What's in the coffee, a little whiskey? Well, I'll not tell. You'll have to ask Dana, I don't know, maybe he knows. But just see this how it kind of just drapes over just a little bit, but it's not killing all of the rock. We can still see the rock. We're not just smushing paint on here. You don't ever want smushy rocks. You never want runny eggs either. I tell you what, you get on to people if they make you runny eggs. Maybe there's a little green that kind of comes over there even. Just kind of hangs down. It also takes up a little bit of that void spot we had for the waterfall. And I'm mixing in between my yellows and my blues, putting a little blue in the paint sometimes. Oh goodness. It's right here. It's where we think these little things would grow. Yeah. They're very dark. There's barely any paint on this. From right here back, there's barely any paint on them. Maybe right here, a little bit more, just kind of going down towards the water. Oh yeah. It's very subtle, but it does look nice. Oh! I put me another little rock right here somewhere. Let's put just a little bit more grass and then we'll do that. Leave a little dark every now and then. Leave a little dark. And don't let your paint smear. A little bit dark. I'm just draping down there. There we go. It'll get really dark over here. Just something. Let's not avoid. Alright, let's see what we got here. I rarely use the oval brush, Paul, so I don't know. You really don't need it. It's a fun brush to use. And I tell you, I painted trees with it one night. And it makes some really nice trees. It really does. You really can get, you know how Bob always talked about those hanging down things? Boy, howdy, you can get them with this. This oval brush really makes that easy on you. Really makes that easy to do. I'm pulling that rock right in front of that waterfall splash. If you can see that or not. Not too far in front of it, but a little bit. It knocks the waterfall back just a little bit. Alright. Now we got that. Oh, better highlight that, shouldn't I? Somebody remind me to highlight that. Look at that. Man, what are you doing? Just kind of graze over it. Just need a little bit of a highlight on it. And some dog hair, I noticed here. Always gotta have a little dog hair in your paint. Actually makes you paint better, I think. Cat hair would work too, I think. Not entirely sure. I don't want to say for sure, but I think cat hair would be fine. Alright, we'll just kind of touch over there a little bit. Knock that rock down a little bit there. I like that sticking out there, so I'm going to leave that. Just some little stuff hanging towards the water edge. Towards the water's edge. Darken this up a little bit with some blue. You know, always put a little blue in your green and yellow, and it'll get a little darker green. Let's see here. There's some little things happening here. Mysterious plants over here. They're just kind of hanging down in the dark. They're out of the light. There's a couple back here even. See, I'm being real careful about the placement of them. Just a little color. Maybe a little darker, maybe. Maybe my favorite thing. Bob says. I just don't think you like painting with me anymore, Carla. You'd rather paint your kitchen or get you allergies. I hope you feel better. Hope you feel better. Bad time of year to have allergies too, especially if you go out anywhere, which, you know, we shouldn't be going out too many places, but you sneeze or anything, but people go jump back. People will jump back right from you. There's a little guy back there. Kind of shoots over that trunk. Alright. There's that. Now, Bob took his 2-inch brush, or we could use an oval, but I'm going to use a 2 here. It's got a little piece of land right in here somewhere. And it starts right here. And I'm just putting in a little dark. I probably don't even need to do this because it's a black canvas, but it helps me to remember where to go. There. Get rid of that. I don't like that. There we go. Okay. You might need a swig of that moonshine. That might help. You never know. It's empty. There's no swigs left in that jar. No swigs. No swigs left in that jar for sure. Let's put a couple rocks down here. What do you think, guys? Old quick chair. You either love squeaky chair or you hate squeaky chair. You know what? Squeaky chair loves you though. He told me one day, he said, why do people not like squeak chair? I said, squeak chair, I don't know. I don't know squeak chair. People just, you know, have issues with you. A little bit of color on here. Or a little bit of rock showing on this grass here. Yeah, I bet it would clean out your brushes. Well, I don't know. This is that old store-bought stuff. It's probably not strong enough. Yeah, it probably is actually. Put as much of this down here as you want. I'm gonna cover up most of mine. I do want a little bit showing. Just a little bit. We'll go back to some sap green and some cat yellow. Touch a little AL ochre in there. Doesn't matter. Now we'll just kind of put some little grasses and stuff down here. You could use a 2-inch for this too, by the way. Whatever. Just kind of fill that in there. Yeah, I like that much better. But however you turn that oval brush, it will work for you for this. So even a little bit of your rocks, I really just want to see those rocks. Well, maybe there's a little bush there. Little thing, little guys kind of hanging up there. Oh, maybe there's a bush here. You need to put the dark in, really. I know we got some over here. But since they're a little further away from the line, I'll put a little blue in my green again. Kind of fill that in just a little bit. And Terry's gonna get on to me here because I'm gonna sign on the right side again. Fill that in maybe a little bit. Tell you what. Let's do this. I don't know how it's gonna look, so don't do this unless you like it. I'm gonna brighten a couple of these just a little bit. There. And maybe right here. There. Kind of stick out a little bit better. Maybe a little bit right there too. Okay. Let's look at it here real quick. We're almost there. We're almost there. They got any questions or anything? Is everybody painting along? Smelly cat, it's not your fault. Alright, we got our lead singer, guys. Terry can be the lead singer. Looks like she knows some good songs there. We got Jeff and Freddie. I'll play the tambourine. I think I can handle that. I'm going to take my knife with a little titanium white, and I'm going to need a little water line running back in here. I'm going to even throw a little bit back there at the waterfall. Make sure it's straight. Mine is crooked right there. Let's go back and fix that, Bram. There goes that. Why do I talk to myself in the third person while I'm sitting here? Am I losing my mind, maybe? Do I have any thoughts on that? I do, and I don't like the answer. I'll just kind of throw a little bit back over in here because it's running over here. And again, that's one of those things I probably should have put a little water line right there. But we'll just sneak a little bit in there. It's got a little bit anyway. Before I did those bushes. Remember, it's backwards painting that I do. Not always, I would not recommend that method. And I don't do that in classes when I usually teach. They usually have little notes or something to remind me. I think it's honestly a really good place to get to when you know that you can just go back and fix something if you messed it up. If I'd have known that 3 or 4 years ago, I'd been like, nope, that won't happen ever. I'm gonna put a little more movement in this water than the other one too. Looks nice. Again, keep it level. I'm just sawing. Sawing, and I'm gonna push down on the knife just a little bit. Just a little bit. Keep it kind of dark though. It'll look better. A little bit of movement out of here is nice. Well, look at that. See what we think here. I'll play the jug. Okay, we got somebody playing the jug. Alright. I could do the cowbells. You always need more cowbells. It's a little bright, guys. It's a little bright on the screen. A little brighter than that one, but anyway, no big deal. I don't know. Let's sign this thing. Let's sign this little puppy up here and be done with it. Come on, brush. Get me some thinner. Sorry for my head being in the way. And I think I like that kind of turquoisey green or whatever it is here. We'll just use that to sign with. Sorry, Bob, I know you like red, but I'm going to use a different color. And I'm going to sign on the right here. Terry, get on to me. There we go. My big block letter signature. Sit back and look at it just a second. That's not too bad. Not too good, but it's not too bad. Get you guys a little better close up of it. I think. Let's see if this will work. You can see the whole thing without my, oh, my crazy hairs and oh my goodness. I apologize, folks. I apologize. Well, we give Bob credit for this one. It's not my idea. This is a fun one to play around with. You can use all different colors. You can put crimson on the canvas and just use crimson. Do it in yellows and browns. You can almost see all of it. Back just a little bit more. Try it there. But there she is, guys. They got anything, any questions or anything before we leave? Anything you need to share, anything before we leave? Oh no, your internet was down. That's not good. Oh no. Well, you made it, Kathy. Hope you're well. Alright, guys. There's a good shot of it. Except for my signature. Everybody take care. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow night shouldn't take as long at all. That's an easy painting, but super cool. Super cool painting. So everybody stay safe and sane and well, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care, guys.